She was defeated. Tonight, Alex Eala lost. And I want you to pause before you click away, before you start dreadfully scrolling through the highlights and experiencing the recognizable gut hit. There's a lot to think about and a lot to feel, so I need you to sit here with me for a moment. And to be honest, despite the loss, I still think this narrative is among the most exquisite things that have happened in Filipino sports this year. So, yes, Coco Golf 6-0, 6-2, 1 hour and 7 minutes. Alex Eala's run and golf's march into the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships semifinals. Nobody anticipated that this amazing, unexpected run would end. That is the outcome. The scoreline is that. However, Alex Eala's identity is not revealed by the score. Furthermore, the score is by no means indicative of the significance of this week. I'll walk you through it. Everything. Alright. Here's something you should know before we even discuss the match itself. Having accomplished the impossible twice in the same competition, Alex Eala into this quarterfinal. In the round of 32, she defeated Italian Open champion and Roland Garros finalist Jasmine Paolini, ranked 8th in the world, in straight sets. She then reversed course and defeated Srana Syria, who had recently won a title 2 weeks prior and was on a 7-match winning streak, 7-5, 6-4 in the round of 16. 2 consecutive victories over 2 players of the highest caliber. This young Filipino, who is 20 years old, is placed 40th. I would have told you that you were insane if you had shown me the draw and predicted that Alex Eala would go to the tournament's quarterfinals. Lovely. Crazy, but crazy. She merited this. This bout versus Coco Gauff was earned by her. And you have to enter that frame. The contest is now. Coco Gauff is ranked 4th in the world. A Grand Slam champion twice. The French Open was won by her. The US Open was won by her. She plays with a measured rage that simply destroys people. For more than a year, she has consistently ranked among the top 5 players in the world. And here's the real deal, guys. She was impenetrable tonight. Alex was hardly able to respond to anything that Gauff asked her. Gauff's forehand, his serve, and his capacity to pause and hit the ball early into open areas. It was one of those evenings when you're watching from the stands, or, in this case, from behind the screen of your phone, and you feel like Alex is powerless. I don't care how loud it gets, Gauff was in that zone, that cold clinical, and it was evident right away. All 6 games are won via first-set golf. 6. Enjoy a bagel. Alex's very first bagel of 2026. And to be honest, she could tell by Alex's body language, the way she shook her head, and the numerous times she checked with her coach, Joan Bosch. She was aware that this was not her evening. It wears you down when you're playing like this, and every mistake keeps adding up. In this game, Alex committed 33 unforced errors. 33? On nights like that, your racket just doesn't feel quite right. Nothing clicks, and the ball doesn't bounce as your brain anticipates. Golf goes up 4-0 in the second set. For love once more. By this time, the thousands of Filipino supporters in that stadium had stopped chanting and waving their flags. It's the kind of silence where you're still there, you're still hanging on, but you're at a loss for what to be happy about because things keep getting worse. And now comes the one instance from the entire game that I will never forget. In the second set, Alex is behind 0-4. She has been bageled for the past 2 sets. You know what she does, too? She's holding serve. She then takes a golf break. 2-4 behind. The crowd abruptly awakens after that pause. The Filipino supporters discover a cause to go completely crazy. She's not finished, so there are flags flying and loud noises coming through the ceiling. She wouldn't allow herself to acquire 2 bags. Alex's most recent double bagel loss occurred in the Madrid Open qualifications in 2022, if you are familiar with your tennis background. At 16, she was determined not to allow that to occur on the most important stage of her professional life. Did she make a difference? No. Gauff quickly recovered and won the following 2 games to end the series 6-2. Although it would have been so simple to check out totally and just go cry in the locker room, Alex Eala resisted, and that moment, that hug, and that break told you everything you need to know about her. She earned it by playing golf. She convinced the audience for a brief period of time. That says more about her character than 100 victories ever could. Since this is the portion that really got to me, allow me to tell you about Coco Gauff following the game. Gauff, who, incidentally, had 8 double faults because she is still human even when she is winning 6-0 or 6-2, spoke about Alex in a way that made me shiver a little. She began by recognizing Alex as a fierce rival. "Even when I was awake, I knew that she could return at any time," she remarked. "She's done it before, I know. Give that some thought." The 4th-ranked person in the world, the 2-timed he saw Alex Eala, the Grand Slam winner, thought, "This girl is dangerous even at 6-0 and 4-0. She is capable of doing things." Respect is demonstrated by that. That goes beyond being polite to the cameras. Then the crowd thing happened. You know, that court felt like Manila in the middle of Dubai because of the throngs of Filipino supporters roaring for Alex. Goff claimed that she dealt with it by acting in the most Coco Gauff manner imaginable. She claimed that any time the audience applauded Alex, she simply acted as though they were applauding her. "I believe it much aided me. You must join them if you can't defeat them. Come on, I mean. That is both incredibly clever and hilarious." Even after winning the US Open and the French Open, the woman continued to laugh during an on-court interview. Be respectful. However, this is the part that really got to me. Goff remarked, "I'd like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport," as she glanced around the stadium to the Filipino supporters on camera, aware that millions of Filipinos were watching. "I think it's great for the sport, but sometimes it's tough when you're playing in front of a home crowd," she remarked with a smile. Thus, continue to be passionate and support your athlete. That is more than just a sophisticated message. One of the greatest players in the world has acknowledged the importance of Alex Eala's work. That is more significant than any single tournament outcome because of the way she is gaining popularity, setting up those moments in the stands, and drawing thousands of Filipinos to an international tennis venue. When Goff noticed it, she publicly called it out, and she was correct. Yes, she is entirely correct. I imagine you could feel depressed or angry after witnessing Alex lose tonight, so let's talk about the wider situation. I understand, in real time, I experienced it as well. However, allow me to share with you what Alex Eala recently did this week in Dubai. I also want you to take a seat with this. When she entered, she was rated 47th. On paper, she has no place in a WTA 1000 quarterfinal, wildcard or not. In the opening round, she defeats Hailey Baptiste. Alright, doable, right? She then goes on to defeat top 10 player and world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. That one was covered by me. Everyone saw that one. The audience went crazy. She then defeats world number 31 Srano Syria, who had won 7 straight tries. Another victory in straight sets. Furthermore, she didn't merely slip through. She comfortably finished out the second set after stealing the first one after trailing 4 to 5.3 victories in a WTA 1000 event is that amount. 2 of them were against players ranked among the top 35 worldwide. She advanced to the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships quarterfinals. At the age of 20, this was only her second WTA 1000 quarterfinal in her career. The kicker is this. Her ranking is rising as a result of all of this. After the Syria victory, it was predicted to hover around number 38 live, maybe rising even higher now that she had the quarterfinal points. She now holds the top ranking among Filipino tennis players in WTA history. She's only the first Filipino to make it into the top 40.